Hello guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Rimuru's Return to the Modern World, Tensura x Roshidere by Sysnax. Chapter 10. The Lord and the Lady Part 4, Student Council. I walk to the couch and sit in front of the president's desk while Yuki sits on another nearby couch, hoping to see what I will do to gauge her future competitor. Hello, Student Council President Tuya Kenzaki. My name is Rimuru and I'm here to join the Student Council as the General Affairs Officer. I continue. As for my qualifications, due to some circumstances I became the Vice President in my first year and the President of the Student Council for my last 2 years before the school year ended. During that time, I changed the uniform policy, added more bike racks as there were many bike users in the school, and lastly, I also coded my own website for the school to use to put in grades, for the teachers to post homework, and for the school to post updates for the students. I hope with my limited experience that I will be able to join the Student Council at its lowest position. The President and Yuki looked at me with gobsmacked expressions as they couldn't believe that a middle schooler did all that in the span of 2 years. I internally smirked as I knew that I'd won this battle. Yuki, if you want to get Student Council President, I will make you work for it. Years of negotiating with stupid nobles gave me the experience needed to see micro movements in the face and subtle changes in someone's body language to know whether I've won or lost. By challenging myself to not resort to using any aura, I quickly built up my arsenal in psychological warfare during negotiations and speeches just for times like this. Wow, I'm shocked. I initially thought you were just a Genshin addict because Yuki keeps on telling us about her childhood friend's friend who is a massive whale, but I did not expect this much from you. I need to ask before I finalize anything, do you have any evidence? The President replies, civilly acknowledging Rimuru's ability. Of course, I must be prepared for any situation. Rimuru unbuttons his jacket to reach for the inner pocket where he has an envelope. In here is a letter from the school president and the educational district manager acknowledging what I've done. My current system is now being implemented in other schools around Tokyo as a sort of test run to see if it's feasible to be used in the rest of Japan. The president opens the envelope and reads through it. Holy shit, it's real, he exclaims. It's got the seal and everything. Alright, I will personally bring you on to the student council. Come here at the end of lunchtime tomorrow to introduce yourselves to the rest of the council. Tuya says with a wide smile present on his face. Thank you so much, President. Rimuru bows to the president, but greater than no god shall bow down to his subjects, less than seal objects. Less than, so you've been watching, huh? Greater than, of course, I'm using parallel processing to watch you while doing things in real life. Less than, what a waste of an incredible ability, sigh. Well, the show is over, so get back to whatever you were doing before. Greater than. Okay, Rimuru. Less than seal responds and then proceeds to cut the thought communication with Rimuru. Bye, President. Bye, Yuki. Rimuru waves before leaving the room. Yuki's pav, who even as he what? Okay, I knew he was smart before, my brother said so himself, saying that he's even lazier than he is. I thought, how is this possible, so I went to his house and by coincidence Rimuru and Oni-chan were playing some 2-player puzzle game. I saw that he solved all his puzzles extremely quickly, and when it got to the final level, it was a chess game against a Grandmaster robot. Rimuru beat him, which was an achievement in itself, but also only in 10 moves. I can't even begin to comprehend how his brain works. This presidential race is going to be so interesting. I just hope that it can somehow motivate my brother as well. My monologue was quickly cut out by Tuya-kun's voice. So, this was the guy you were talking about who was joining the school. Genshin Impact Whale is actually a super genius. Didn't you also say that he beat a Grandmaster in 10 moves only? How did you even meet him? Tuya asked me. You know Masachika-kun, right? Well, I was visiting his house one time, but turns out Rimuru was already there. They were playing some super hard 1v1 puzzle game, and the last round was a match between the player and a Grandmaster robot. Rimuru beat that robot in 10 moves. I saw it with my own eyes. It's crazy. I see, if he ever decides to try to get the student council president role, whoever is up against him will have a tough time trying to win. Oh, I will beat him. A person smarter than my brother is not possible. I will beat him, so only I shall be second to my brother. No one's paw as Yuki's fire to beat Rimuru flickers to life. Rimuru is just chilling under a tree, trying to find the best way to make his entrance to the student council. Chapter 11. The Lord and the Lady Part 5, Introduction. It's the next day and today is the day I will introduce myself to the student council. In complete contrast to my mood, the clouds were gray and covering the sunlight. It looked like it was about to rain, so both Seal and I brought umbrellas. Seal and I walked to school together, but to go to school, I have to go near her house. So while I'm there, might as well pick her up. Seal starts up a conversation. Rimuru, remember on the first day? What's up? Remember when the boy tried to hit on me on the first day? Then you stepped in before he did anything more. Rimuru puts his hand on his chin as he ponders the memories of the first day. Even though as God he has an eidetic memory, due to the sheer amount of knowledge and memories stored in his brain, it still takes a few seconds to get the correct memory out. After a few seconds, he remembers. Oh yeah, that Endu guy, right? What about him? Did he bother you again? No, he didn't bother me again. I thought you were going to overreact like you did in the cardinal world when someone glanced at me the wrong way. I have an idea of why, but I want to hear from you. Oh come on, Seal. I don't overreact, I just release a bit of my aura on them. Seal looks at Rimuru with a deadpan expression. Don't look at me that way. Anyways, just like you predicted, if I'm too mean, it will sour people's first impression. I also found out that gossip is king in this school, so if I act mean, by lunchtime, everyone will think I am a mean person without even meeting me yet. Humans are also very gullible, so if you just have a bit of evidence to prove something, most will believe it without checking twice. Humans also have a flaw where after a lie has been found, people will think the other option is the truth, which is an easy trade to exploit. Of course, you've thought that far ahead. As expected of God's successor. You know, I saw something very interesting on YouTube this morning. What is it? Some cat video. No, it's actually your dad. Apparently, he has a YouTube channel where he teaches people how to invest and now has 2 million subscribers. He's kind of famous. Man, I keep on hearing about Veldanava this way, I'll just check it on my own later. Both Seal and I continue to walk towards the school. As we got closer, we saw more and more people wearing the same uniform as us. We both went inside the building and entered our class. Just before the bell rang, Hughes ran inside the classroom and sat down. Quite the entrance, I whispered to him with a smirk. Shut it, I woke up late. Our small conversation was stopped when the teacher entered the room. Hello everyone, today I have an important message. The teacher announced. The room got tense as students were thinking of a surprise quiz. No need to be so tense. The teacher smiled and continued. We need to elect our class representative for this year. Some things they will have to do are leading the class during events and meeting the student council to see what they can improve on. Greater than I'm doing this less than I heard Seal say to me using thought communication. I agreed with her as being a class representative will elevate her status. I used the student council to do that and I urged Seal to do the same, but she said there would be another chance so I don't have to worry. So if you are interested, come by the faculty office after school. The teacher finished. Classes went on normally until lunchtime when I would introduce myself. I quickly excused myself from Seal and walked towards the student council room, bumping into Aaliyah on the way. Hello Kuju-san. I said to her. I opted to use her surname as we haven't talked much. Hello. Rimuru-san, Aaliyah said respectfully. If you're headed towards the cafeteria, this is the wrong way. I can show you to the right place. While the usual Aaliyah wouldn't even look at me, but because I was friends with Q's, Aaliyah, and Seal, I think she lowered her guard enough for her to not be so cold. Oh no, I wasn't heading to the cafeteria. I clarified, I'm actually heading towards the student council office. At this, Aaliyah looks a bit perplexed. Oh, why is that? You know you can't register yourself as a presidential candidate until later into the year? Aaliyah replies, referencing when I stated my ambition to become the student council president. Not that, you're looking at the brand new general affairs officer. I say, could you possibly be the reason why the announcement was made to come to the student council? I absolutely am that reason. I see, open black lens bracket interesting close black lens bracket, interesting. Aaliyah whispers thinking Rimuru wouldn't understand. Rimuru 100% understands. After that conversation, we arrive at the student council room. Aliyah knocks on the door before entering. Hello younger Kuju. Rimuru-san. The president greets us charismatically. Hello president. We both reply in unison. In the room, there was the president, vice president Chisaki Sarashina, secretary Maria Kuju, and Yuki Suo the public relations officer. Inside the spacious room, there was a big table in the middle right in front of the door with chairs all around it. Just in front of it is the student council president's desk. To the left of the room from the door is a small table to make tea and coffee, and on the right side is a small lounge with a few couches and a coffee table. Both sides of the walls are lined with bookshelves with some spaces for trophies and some board games. I walk in while Aliyah closes the door before doing the same. Come sit down there Rimuru-san, the president says while pointing to the chair furthest from here. Introduce yourself. Alright then, here goes. Hello everyone. My name is Rimuru Nava, but please call me Rimuru as I prefer to be called that way. I'm joining the student council as the general affairs officer. I introduce myself with respect. I do a slight bow, as to show respect but not deep enough that it would anger Seal. I sat back down on my chair. Excellent introduction, I will go next, Tuya says. I am student council president Tuya Kenzaki, nice to meet you officially this time. I chuckle a bit at his introduction before looking at the girl who was about to introduce herself. Hello. I am Chisaki Sarashina, Tuya's girlfriend and vice president. She introduces herself cheerfully. An angelic voice can be heard as Maria starts her introduction. Hello. I am Maria from the second year. My role here is as the secretary of the student council. Hello Rimuru, as you already know, I am Yuki. I feel excited to compete against you later. I shall take you up on that challenge then, I reply with a smirk. She returns it. Hello again Rimuru. My name is Elisa Kuju and I'm the treasurer for the student council. As everyone claps for the introduction is over, everyone gets back to their work while I go talk to the president. So what do I do here? Basically you will be like a free agent as I know you are very talented. But there will be some things that you do first, for example settling conflicts that happen within the school, and general administration, and you will manage the supplies that the student council has control over. Huh, that isn't too bad. I will be able to do that. As expected of the visionary, I instantly turn back and look at him as the ends of my lips start getting wider from each other. I see, you've done your research. I did, in fact, you've done so much in your time as the middle school student council president that news articles were made of you. In fact, it was quite easy to find, but since most people in the school don't read the news, they don't know how talented you are. Well, that's it from me. I don't plan on telling anyone, so rest assured. Thank you for that, President. I need the fact that they don't know me for the future. Oh, doing something interesting? Well, as long as you don't do anything bad I won't stop you. I just smile and pick up the paperwork that was already prepared for me by the president and sit on one of the chairs to work on it. Everything is going together very well, I thought in my head.